Sticks, how do you feel about the future of artificial intelligence and telepathy?
Telepathy is great, but that's what it is, though.
That's what it is.
That word to come out. That's exactly what it is. But, bruh, AI is, bruh, and I told you back, what was that, back in like episode 20? I think, or 21?
It wasn't too long ago, but yeah.
I think it was episode 21 when we came back for quote unquote season 2. We talked about AI. And I told you in that episode, like, bruh, I'm scared of where AI is going to get. And there was another article that came out about, some organizations or some businesses are going to cut out any jobs that AI can do. I'm like, well, we're getting closer and closer to what I thought was going to happen. But this right here is deeper than rap, dog. Because if they can just put you in an MRI machine. Yeah, I've had an MRI before. I'm not sure if you had before.
Yeah.
But I've had an MRI before, and they just, slide you into this machine and they can kind of scan your body. If they can put an AI code in that MRI, it's called I saw it on here. It was a functional magnetic resonance imaging. Mm-hmm. And if they can put an AI in that MRI machine that can read your thoughts, bruh, like you can be asleep and they can see what you dreaming type shit. Like, bro, like AI is getting crazy. And it was something in here too, where one of the doctors and one of the scientists was saying like, it's got to get into a privacy thing because if they can start doing this without your consent, that's when it gets crazy. That's when it gets crazy. And that's when it gets out of control. But from what I researched on here, people have to give consent for them to actually do this research on their thoughts. Mm-hmm. And I wonder where this is going to go, man, because what if you were to you were to scan someone who had this real good thought about a business, right? And then this doctor all of a sudden took that business plan and ran with it. That's a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean,
how is that a lawsuit though?
Because this is this person's thought, dog. Like you're stealing this person's idea. This is literally their idea.
But how
that you stole from an MRI? Like that's a lawsuit.
Yeah, but how can all right, yeah, go ahead, finish. We'll get into that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you would have all the evidence in the world because you have to have that kind of stuff in you have to have the information that you put Bob in this MRI. Bob had this thought that was genius about the next electric car. Now scientist John took that idea that he got from Bob and now he put it in motion to make this genius electric car. But Bob was like, well, damn, you got that from the MRI. I'm suing your ass. You couldn't do that?
So hold on. So in our current state of policy, as far as what you can sue for, what you can copyright, what you can trademark and all that, which the funny thing is we talked about, it was either whatever the proper term is, trademarking or licensing or copyright in our voice, because how AI is advancing so much in what they said about it. But as it currently stands, I don't think that is a law, which is why I said, what are you going to sue for? Because we have to update the policies, because how can you, without this information that we see, how can you prove that that doctor stole your idea?
There's got to be some kind of analysis that comes from that MRI. It has to be something on paper or something in the computer that says that this man Bob thought of this, and this scientist read it, took it off with that idea that he scanned from this man's brain, and became a millionaire. Now Bob can say, "Nah, hell nah. Look at this MRI. Look at this analysis right here on this screen. I thought this in my sleep, and I've been thinking about this for a while, as you can see.
Right.
So, judge, I need my bread." That's what I would say.
So I agree. I'm just being
devil's advocate. Yeah.
Devil's advocate here, right?
Right.
So how could you? The thing that I'm trying to get at is, it's a thought, but under current policy, if you haven't applied for a copyright, a patent, or anything like that, then it's like it's fair game.
Hey, it's fair game. True shit. I agree with you.
So this is going to force us to change policy if, in fact, That is, I didn't even think about that though. But that will force us to change our policies as far as if somebody goes in for MRI and then you all of a sudden they think something that's you think is genius, you take that idea and move forward with it because you have the funds or the
Hmm.
resources,
The
whatever the case may
resources,
be,
yeah.
to take advantage of that, and that person may not, and it blows up. Does the person that you took the idea from have the ability to reap from what you gained from them? But anyway, get into my portion of it. I'm not
Hmm.
surprised. Surprisingly, I don't think this is that much of an issue. I didn't think that into what you just said.
Hmm.
Before you said about the idea, I was like, I'm not so. This isn't much of an issue for me, and the reason that is because it's not the machine is that the MRI machine isn't widely accepted, or it's not widely distributed to the public. So
Hmm.
as of right now, it's not anything that we should be too concerned with. We should
Right.
be more concerned with the AI robots that are taking processes that the human can do and removing jobs. That's more concerning to me than this is right now. And we've said it multiple times. It's more. It's not the technology that's evil. It's the intent of the person
The
that's
intent of the
controlling
person that's controlling the technology. One
controlling the
hundred percent.
technology that's evil. And so if this gets into an evil doctor's hands and he's MRIing anybody, then yeah, it could be an issue. But as
Hmm.
far as, doctors have an oath that they have to go by. And,
Yeah.
we would like to think that the majority of individuals they practice in good faith. They practice in good habits and all of that. So I don't think that's much of an issue. I'll ask you this question though, kind of going back to my initial question. Do you think in our lifetime we'll ever have free access to technology that gives us the ability to read minds
In our lifetime, nah,
in our lifetime?
I don't think so. I don't think it'll. Well, that's crazy. It's crazy to say though because we're starting to see AI
Fast
advancement,
developments.
real fast developments. You got
Right.
AIs that are recording songs in different artists' voices. We got AI that are taking your thoughts and putting them on canvases. As far as like, I want to see what the last day, what Armageddon would look like, and the AI would draw it for you. Like
Right.
we're seeing so many advancements in
Creating business
AI,
plans and stuff
creating
like
business
that.
plans. There was one thing that I saw on social media where they had a robot doing a minimum wage job for 10 hours, and the AI went through the process and thought about all the obstacles and all the advancements and if they would be successful doing this for a lifetime, and the AI shut down and just
Mm,
died. So
yep.
it's like the program is becoming so intellectual and so advanced now that there is I can I can see within the next I'm gonna go say about 40 to 45 years,
Hmm.
more years of my life,
Hmm.
that there is a chance that we would be able to see some kind of technology to where we can read minds, bro. And
Yeah.
that would be crazy to say if anybody can have access to that technology to see what I'm thinking, or just in relationships, in business, and that's going to change that right there will change the world, bro. That will change the world. Going into business meetings and seeing what you're trying to sell something, and you seeing what they thinking, and you're able to take different avenues to be able to sell them, or your significant other, you're able to see what she thinking or see what he thinking and be able to make it, bro. Is it that would be crazy? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say yes. What you think?
So yes, I do think we will. It would be on the tail end of our lifetime.
100%.
Um,
100%. I agree.
but I think we would possibly see technology that everybody has access to that will allow us to read everybody's thoughts. And I feel like if we get to that point, it's going to be the end of humanity as we know it. We're likely on the tail end of our existence if that happens. But I definitely can see us, especially with the advancement of technology and how rapidly it's been advancing in the last couple years, really, it seems like the last couple
The
months,
last couple months, the
yeah,
last
it's
year,
really
for real.
taken
Yeah.
off and it's been light years better than what it has been. But I mean, everything is being classified as artificial intelligence these days when it's really not. So some advancements were there the whole time, but now that AI is that hot button word that everybody looks at and says, "Oh, we're moving into the evolution of technology." Everybody's lumping whatever they're doing as artificial intelligence to try to get more money. But I definitely can see us in the tail end of our lifetime having some type of telepathic technology that is freely accessible to everybody. And
That's gonna be dangerous.
when that does happen, I don't think anybody's going to care what they think, because it's the thoughts that's going to be on most people's minds is, what the hell am I going to do with myself now? And ain't nobody's going to care what you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You thinking the same thing? It looks like.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, what you thinking? I'm thinking the same thing you thinking. Like
Right,
that meme, that Spider-Man meme. Yeah,
right.
you. I'm thinking the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing you thinking. Like
100%.
facts. Like
Yeah.
me, I am you. What you mean?
Right,
But
right.
it's gonna be crazy, man. I mean, if that does happen, like you said, man, it's gonna be tough out here for the human race, bro. Because that's gonna be an advancement that I don't know if we can even come back from. G, for real,
Hmm.
for real.
Which is why you're seeing a lot of engineers and scientists like leaving companies and offing themselves, because they feel like we've taken technology and humanity down a path that we can't come back from. And I don't know if that's necessarily true. We're still, while it has been a lot of advancements here in the last couple of months and years or so, we still have the ability to like not advance it as much as we can. It's our fault that we are where we are right now. The computers and the technology only do stuff
That
because
we tell them to do.
we've told them to do it, or we've told them to study the habits of humanity. And all it's going to be is a freaking mirror of ourselves. But the problem is that they can be way more efficient than we can. They can think way more faster than we can. So we're not only creating software or technology that can steal jobs from us, we're also creating technology that, if we're not careful, but why I still think we can take it back, is if we're not careful, they could be our masters. And that's
That's
why
the
I
scary
say,
thing to think about.
if
Yeah.
we continue to let it go, it's going to be we're nearing the existence of humanity ending on Earth.
It's gonna be like Avengers, the Age of Ultron,
Terminator.
out this Terminator or Age of Ultron. How, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it's gonna be crazy out here. We're gonna be fighting against robots, bruh. They're gonna
100%.
realize that they smarter than us and try to take over the world. It's
One
gonna
hundred
be
percent,
crazy,
one hundred
crazy,
percent.
bro,
But
crazy.
I'll say this right now: I'm not too concerned with this particular AI ability. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm more concerned with those processes that are being taken out of human hands and passed to artificial intelligence, because those humans are being displaced from jobs. Now, it's not to say that we can't find new ways to support ourselves. We've gone through different changes in technology to where humans, the old jobs that they were doing, were taken away by technology, and we had to find new ways to support ourselves. I have full faith that we will, but we all know that there's nothing new under the sun, especially nowadays. So that task of finding those jobs will be much harder. But I just, this particular technology, because it's not widespread, I'm not too concerned with it as of right now.
And that's why I'm trying to get in the coding, dog. Because if I'm one of the ones that's making this AI work, I'm gonna have a job forever. But I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you miss none of the content. Also, make sure you follow us on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcast.